So, two character picks that we don't actually get to see all that often. We're going to be seeing the Magyar, the Great Sword representation, and then Flower playing Yumiko with some of the most unique signature kit in all of Brawlhalla. So, game number one, we're starting off. Flower already unarmed, picking up the bow. D-Light and Light true combo, just getting some good damage. And Seikuz just looking through this opening.
Yeah, I like Yumiko as a legend a lot. I think Yumiko is definitely slept on, especially with, like, we're seeing like a lot of Bodvars this weekend. Several of those Bodvar players were kind of focusing on the hammer. I love fast hammer. I really want hammer players to give this legend a chance because of how quick this hammer can be, how nimble you are with it, how like solid the signatures can be when you want to use them in the way that they're kind of deemed to be used. But also the bow is really strong as well. Bow is solid in the meta right now. You're seeing Flower just completely zone out this great sword. Simple D-Light into the side air. Doesn't have to worry about anything difficult whatsoever. You don't have to play around with the wisps. It's just right there.
That's right. And honestly, I have to say, I quite like both of these weapons. If I am Flower, being bow up against hammer, being bow up against greatsword, you have a lot of reach and you can really contest with both of those weapons disjoints. Already Flower controlling the ground, denying Seikuz from picking up the weapon.
This is what we love to see. Someone who focuses so hard on weapon starving. I love that in their game plan. That can really make their game plan airtight. He did lose that stock there after that finisher gravity canceled by Seikuz. He's not really too far behind, so we'll see what Flower's able to do here. Weapon spawn comes in right after that side light. Perfect timing. There's the down light into the side air.
Okay, Flower just trying to catch this landing any way possible. Dashing and dashing out, fishing for that D-Light. Seikuz not able to connect that side light. Gets the opener, not able to find the bridge. Okay, GC D-Light, really good choice. It covers so much space. That's the D-Light, that's the side air as well. Flower setting up with the D-Sig, and amazing spacing on that D-Light. Getting in there in time, because let me tell you, Great Sword Sail, that is not a quick button.
Flower with almost a full stock lead here. The juggle game coming out from Flower is fantastic. Seikuz is able to grab the greatsword. Flower kind of moving back to the middle of the stage, giving plenty of room before he decides to go in. That's typically like what you want to do if you're trying to control the ground against a greatsword player, is overspace everything and then all of a sudden nimbly make your way in.
Oh, Flower right now, anti juggling, dealing so much damage. Seikuz able to get in there, only fighting a two-piece, but we're not seeing a lot of openings. Flower once again has Seikuz off stage, dashes off with that D-Light, and still in a perfect position to connect that sider. I want to see a replay on basically.
Okay, slow-mo me that downlight because it's very important. A lot of times we'll see downlight pick up on the corner when the downlighting player is stuck on the corner and the person is a little bit below them, so you can't go for the jump Sayer. That time he was able to get it. But when we do the dash off the stage, that lowers the hammer player closer to the level of where the opponent is so that you can get the D-Light into the side air. Boom, he was right at the level so he could grab it. Out comes the side air. That's why he went for that as opposed to something else if you would have been like perched right on that corner, getting the downlight on Seikuz who's on the wall.
So immaculately played. We're not going to be seeing a change in the stage, but I have to say that game one, that was so in favor of Flower, continuing to weapon starve, continuing to keep Seikuz out. Seikuz misinputting the D-Light into the neutral, only getting a D-Light and light, which of course did not actually end up connecting.
So we are here on this very tiny stage, which is going to kind of take away a lot of the benefit that Seikuz gets from being such a high defense legend. Like, he's getting KO'd in the beginning stages of red, maybe a little bit into the red, which if we were on a Demon Island, if we were on a Lord forbid, Mos Eisley spaceport, like Seikuz is going to be living forever. But no, going here is really smart for Flower.
Yeah, Flower, I don't know about that side sig. That was a good whip punish from Seikuz. Comes back on with the neutral though. Okay, Seikuz needs to pick up this weapon, picks up the hammer, ends up sidelighting and not finding a connection. Jumping over the D-Sig, backing off, but the neutral is going to be able to KO Flower. Once again, keeping up all of this lead, keeping up all of this momentum and looking indomitable.
That was a beautiful D-Sig from Flower, jumping up just a little bit off the ground to gravity canceling it. So Seikuz couldn't run in on a grounded approach. He had to like make the decision, and you really saw him pause. Like, do I just want to wait this out? I don't have enough time to jump and get over it. We're seeing some bow momentum here coming out from Flower.
D-Light ground pound. What was that? You usually see D-Light neutral. You usually see D-Light and light. D-Light recover if you space it out. D-Light ground pound.
He's taking a page out of Lorez's book. The Lorez usually does it more on the edge when he sends his opponent off stage.
Yes.
Like right there, he would have gone for it.
Beautiful conversion. Getting
That's
the down
a burn dodge. Beautiful. Keeping it going, disarm Seikuz. I think we're going to see the D-Light side air. Oh, he goes for the D-Light Sig. I think Flower's trying to get a little saucy with it here. There's the down air off the top, getting the KO. Now 2 stocks up on Seikuz here. He's just running into a brick wall against Flower.
That's right. That is what it is like fighting against a Yumiko, especially one as proficient as this, where at some point it feels like they could keep on throwing out signatures, be it a D-Sig, be it a side Sig. It does not matter because everything is connecting, and if it's not connecting, it's not going punished. No punish on that D-Light. Seikuz not able to find that side light. Flower just out spacing, catching the jump, getting the side light. D-Light side air, down air. So much damage.
Dude, I'm seeing Lorez bow. If you take FLO from above his head and you put an LOR, I'm like, yeah, that's Lorez right there. The way Flower is playing here, he has so much momentum on his side.
Okay.
Seikuz knowing exactly what to do in that moment to get the max distance, riding that wall up. Let's see if he can at least get a stock here. I think this game is essentially all but lost. Who knows? Seikuz does at least get this stock, of course, going back over to the Greatsword.
Yeah, but Flower is playing so fast, just constantly in Seikuz's face, backing off a little bit, able to get a side light, but of course, no 3-piece as Flower dodges away into safety. Side light into the Sig. That's right, that was a beautiful lead. That's what happens when somebody keeps jumping up or keeps dodging up. Everybody wants to jump after side light, but they're not ready for you to cover what comes next. So good use of the Sig from Flower. And I have to say, that game 2, that was just about as aggressive as game 1, if not more so.
He's using the D-Sig on the bow so well. Like we talked about the one on stage, but even when he was doing the edge guard there, he forced with that recovery Seikuz to essentially go straight up. He couldn't fade forward with it closer to the wall. So that kind of halted his forward trajectory back to the stage, which gave Flower not only time to then figure out what he wanted to do, but it meant that Seikuz couldn't really get back too safely without getting punished. There was that beautiful gravity cancel neutral sig from Seikuz. Great option there. We're going to the next game.
Yeah, it's next game, and I do like the switch here to Demon Island. I think a little bit more grounded space for Seikuz is so important because what a Greatsword wants to do is just to have a little bit of space to back up. They want to wait for you to whiff a button, and they'll be able to go ahead and open off with Sidelight. Now Seikuz keeps on finding these 2 pieces, but we're not seeing the adaptations to Flower's defensive options quite yet. What Greatsword players need to do, what they need to lock in is, hey, how do I punish your dodge option? What am I looking for? And Seikuz has not been able to cover the cross-up and has not been able to cover the jump.
He seems like he's on the back foot the entire time. Like now we're on Demon Island, a larger stage. It might be a little bit more difficult for Flower to find some KOs here. He may lean on the signature kit a bit more to actually hit rather than just using the wisps as like a zoning tool. So we'll see what he does with that. But specifically, there's a neutral air, but that didn't even send off screen. That one finally did. I don't even know if one more will do it, but it's stomp side air all the way from the left side of the stage. That's what Flower wants to look for, and he finds it. He's only halfway through this stock, so he's doing a great job right now. Flower really coming out of the gate, hitting the ground running, and like Seikuz is just truly defensive at almost all points. Great read there. All of a sudden, are we going to see a momentum shift in this game? Is the tug-of-war going to go in Seikuz's favor?
Yeah, this is the most even it has been thus far. Seikuz, okay, eating that end light. Flower finding a side light. The recovery, no combo into the neutral though. Backing off a little bit, just being nice and patient, slowing down the pace of the game for just a moment. D-Sig, just to be able to, again, continue to anti-air, continue to make Seikuz's landing so difficult.
So Demon Island being a large stage here in terms of where the blast zones are, it's going to be great for Seikuz in terms of defense, but also this stage gives him a lot of room to run around on and a lot of runway, which is what you want as a great sword player when we were on Small Worlds. And that doesn't have as much room, so he can't get away from Flower as easily when he wants to completely disengage. Now he's able to control this ground. He's able to have all of this runway as the great sword player, and he's able to do what he wants to do.
That was so good, because I don't even know if Flower had a dodge, but if Flower did have a dodge, that was the immediate, like, side light into the side finisher. If I'm not mistaken, it was that D light into the down finisher. But either way, going through the 2-piece instead of a 3-piece, most people are ready to dodge after the bridge. So really nice though. Seikuz has a lead, had a lead, past tense, as Flower finds that side sig and takes us to 1 stock apiece.
Flower has done a great job of finding not only KO moves, but specifically in the area that you want to find a KO move. If he found that on the right side of the stage, sending to the left, it might not have been a KO, but just like the downlight sider that he found previously for the first stock, that was all the way on the left stage again. So he's not having to have these long, extended stocks. He's able to find the KO when he can.
Oh, Flower mashing neutral air, really, really good idea. Just catching Seikuz stacked, one of Bo's only ways to be able to catch stacked opponents. Oh, Seikuz with the follow-up, the neutral finisher. That is so much damage. Can you close this, though? D-like ground pound. Oh, my God.
The stage swap was everything for Seikuz. absolutely everything here. You gave him runway,
yes,
and all of a sudden he's able to find these 3 pieces, these 4 pieces, all of these strings that are not only adding a bunch of damage up very quickly, really cranking that DPS to the moon, but also to find these KOs.
So, amazing stuff. Again, I love the stage choice here. We keep touching on it. It gave Seikuz the space that he finally needed. And I did make a bit of a mistake. It wasn't actually a 2-piece. It was just like the delayed down bridge into the down finisher, the side finisher. But Seikuz just making the most out of all of those active frames.
Ooh,
so
that was a delay, a nice delay on that one.
Opening off hot. Look how much damage has already been dealt onto Flower. Given how game 1 and 2 went, you could not have anticipated this.
I think like everything he's doing right here with these extended strings, like he physically wouldn't really be able to do as comfortably.
Flower.
Nice down air. No weapon toss there. He's just going to wait for another down air. Is he going to do it again? Wait for another down air. Acting a lot like a spear player here. We typically don't see this down air centric of an edge guard. You'll see it as like the final spike to end your stock. Like that's what a lot what Brawlhalla was doing, was the weapon toss into the down air to finish stocks. But here, Seikuz is using it like, I'll talk about Lores again, how Lores will throw out 4 spear down airs on the edge.
Yeah, and I feel like you're able to do that specifically because of how short the sides are on this stage. Yes. Because if they were any longer, then you wouldn't be able to cover the entirety of it with just a single great sword downer, and there would be more mix-ups. That being said, Flower, good combo there. Picking up the hammer once more, going to be hunting through this D-Light, of course, to get the KO. Just going in, going out, not able to find that side sig. Seikuz getting a recovery. That is so much damage.
Now, I wonder with that side sig, I think he was trying to overshoot and actually hit the back side of the swing, so it's sent to the left blast zone. Still cleans the stock up there. What's he going to choose to stick with? Okay, it is going to be the bow. I thought he might opt for the hammer just a little bit. If he can keep Seikuz's weapon starved, which he's not able to do, he was able to do that so well on like early in the set on Small World's End, but he's not able to do that here. It seems like his entire game plan, like Seikuz is just poking holes in it. It's no longer airtight.
That's right. Oh, Flower just delaying the landing as much as possible. Floaty and then dash landing back on. Sidelight, D-Light not going to come out. Seikuz just dodging to safety. Okay, sidelight, down bridge. Tries to go for the pickup with the neutral light.
Nice.
Not able to get it. The GC D-Light, such a good option.
Seikuz!
Again? No.
Oh, he
Flower.
just saved Flower. That's so tough. He could have thrown a weapon toss down there just in case Flower had anything else. Nice turnaround, and he gets the KO off the top. What, what is happening? It always blows me away that players are able to 180 like this. I like my skill level, the execution that I can do with my brain, it doesn't make sense how players can flip this switch and how much of a momentum game this game can truly be once you wrestle it in your favor.
Oh, but that side sig from downtown is going to connect. Only one of those hits of D-Sig. That D-Sig comes out, combos into the neutral leg, not enough to KO off the top. Shoutouts to Demon Island. And so Seikuz looking to pick up that weapon, but honestly staying tricky, staying ambiguous.
Nice.
Missing the GC D-Light and falling into Flower's D-Light.
I'm really curious if Seikuz, let's just pretend that Seikuz gets the victory here. I'm really curious where they're going to go after this, because I don't think Flower would let us go back to Demon Island, and I don't think Seikuz is going to let us go back to Small Worlds. And maybe we go for like a Mos Eisley spaceport, where the physical map that you can play on is smaller, but the blast zones are really big. That might be what Flower's looking for. So he takes the hit on defense, but he has a smaller runway, so Seikuz can't control as much space as he is here. I don't know.
Flower has been dash jumping, has been jumping around another GC D-Light to be able to cover the ground. Flower stuck at the edge of the stage, has to somehow make it on against all of these disjoints. The neutral finisher is enough to take it off the top as Seikuz quickly takes us into a Game 5, what was projected to be a 3-0 given how Game 1 and 2 went. So, love the choice to Demon Island from Seikuz. The two big things is, of course, the extra horizontal space. Very, very nice to have. And then we also talked about how short the sides of the stage are. Especially as Bow, you don't have necessarily the best vertical recovery. It's very, very exploitable. Great Sword is not a weapon that's particularly known for edge guarding. But Sparky, I see you pogging. What's up, man?
We're going to Small Worlds in. Flower banned down to Fortress, to Miami Dome, and Small Worlds in. And Seikuz, he's just going to go big mode and say, it actually wasn't the map, brother. I'm just going to demolish you here where you are the snow dog.
I wonder why not the other stage.
It's a fox, so like foxes are in the canine family, right? So Snow Dogs, the movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Sparky. Game 5. So, guys, this is to get into winner's side of top 8. There's a lot on the line here. This would be amazing for both of these players. And so we're going back to the stage that Flowery won the first 2 games on. Flowery continuing to control the ground. All of these end lights are coming out. Seikuz whips that side light. That is a world of opportunity for the bow.
If Seikuz loses this game, and it seems like he is going to, based on the way this is starting, the way that Flower is doing basically the same stuff he did previously on Small Worlds, and this was, I feel like this is a generationally bad choice from Seikuz. Maybe the ego play is going to come through, and he's going to, like, go insane mode, but I don't know. The momentum is so much in Flower's favor here. There's not a lot of stage for him to find a weapon spawn on.
Flowery is continuing to deny him, and we have seen what has happened to Seikuz before when denied of a weapon, goes out there for such a greedy ground pound. Still no weapon on hand. Flowery opting to pick up the bow once again. Finally, the greatsword comes out. Goes for the pivot end light. Not going to be able to find it this time around, though. Just a straight side light. There's no way that you can follow that up as a bow player if you knock them off stage.
Oh, he goes for the turnaround there, but Flower still is staying to his right, so he's behind and actually got the punish. He's finding no momentum here. He's finding no strings here. There's a 2-piece, but he doesn't get the downlight finisher.
Is able to dodge down because the sides of the stage are so short, immediately putting him off stage. Seikuz looks for the finisher. Can he find it?
Turnaround there. I guess he was expecting like a dodge through from Flower.
Okay, GCD light again.
Dara, he still can't find the KO. He's finding like finisher moves. There's the down air he gets.
And honestly, he's still keeping it as even as he can. We already know how Greatsword can snowball, but Flower gets in there, finds the end light, tries to catch the landing with that end sig. What? Hello? BFG?
I think Dara just choked over here. And I'm thinking the choice to go to Small Worlds in, no disrespect to Seikuz, because you've had an amazing run so far, and that's what's very frustrating, is to see, like, this is how Seikuz is going to go out in this set. It seems like it's so map dependent when there was a recipe there.
GC, oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. He just went through the D-light in the opposite direction after the side light.
Dude.
Okay, dodging, beautiful. Tries to dash in there, tries to find the end light, not going to be able to find it. Finally finds it this time around. What?
Is that going to be a KO? It is! Oh my gosh, Seikuz! He knows the potential that Magyar has with such high strength. He knows the potential of the DPS of Greatsword. If he does this, he's a legend.
Oh, but he can't whip sidelight in Flower's face like that. Flower covering the ground. Once again with that side sig, amazing use of it. You see how Seikuz is backing up, afraid of the D-light, afraid of the side sig. Okay. Oh, Flower just able to fast fall down and to safety. This is going down to the wire.
This is so tense. It's just single hit for single hit right now. Single hits are going to favor Flower so much more here than Seikuz. There's the stomp into the side air, recovering back to the stage, playing high. Flower's being very careful. No wisp coming out, but it's the side signature from Flower, who was still in orange. Seikuz, why? Why did you do this? We didn't have to go there. Why'd you do this?
I would love to see a slowdown replay of Yumiko's side sig on Small World's End, just so that we could take a look at how much